Hello YouTube, Suzaku Blitz here with part 16 of my Mega Man 4 minus Infinity walk playthrough. Today's episode we'll be taking on Wily 4 Final Farce, and holy freak, it's Cutman and Luckman at the same time! Yeah, so basically remember how we had those Dockmaster robots in Mega Man 3? Well, they're back with a vengeance, because this is a hack. The hack makes him crazy. As you can tell, it has very similar AI to, I believe, Electman. Actually, no, I think that's, no, actually, yeah, that is Electman AI. Every time you shoot, he kind of wants to jump a little bit, so you can actually control his jumping if you play it properly. But yeah, one screen, and another boss door. That's pretty much the theme of this level. This is a mini gauntlet of sorts. Now, why are you up here? Hey! Hi, Beat. How you doing? So, if you can't tell based off of my inventory screen, I don't have Rush anymore because he got kidnapped last part. So I can't go around and one-shot all these bosses. Quickman and Woodman together are a scary combination, by the way. He's easy to predict, but he's still hard to dodge because he does a high jump, fires his thing, jumps again, gets a leaf barrier, and then charges your face. So he's like Shadow Man combined with Quickman, combined with Woodman. It's kind of scary. Being able to perfect run this guy, I don't know. It's probably possible, you just need to kind of be in good positions and position him properly. So more Sniper Joes, well, Hammer Joes in this particular case, with some more life. So the Energy Splitter is very useful here because the Energy Splitter does allow you to, keep all your weapons at fairly high energy. Now, even though if you die here and you end up, you end up in the first room, but the boss doors are still, or the bosses are still defeated, so it is entirely possible to die, get full life, and come back and repeat the process. Yeah, Needle Man with twins, Needle Man with Needle Man clones, scary. But he's not so bad right now. But when you kill one, and now you have, well, you can kill one, but he was being kind of friendly with me. Oh, by the way. Oh, I don't have Rush Cannon anymore either, so this is gonna be scary. But Needleman's, after you kill the first clone, the second Needleman, his shots can start bouncing off walls and stuff, making him kind of difficult to dodge. Overall, the last stage of the game has a lot of Mega Man heads. Last stage of the game is pretty fun, especially when you get to here. So, what do you think you can do? Yeah. So, Dr. Wily has become a Toho boss. On so many levels, he has become a Toho boss. And my controller's messing up a lot, actually. Thankfully, the laser beams that he shoots are actually a lot, the hitboxes for them are a lot smaller than they actually appear. So it actually is more plausible to dodge the amount of shots coming your way. Unfortunately, considering how quickly they come, and how small they are, and the quantity of shots that he fires at you, they are really hard to dodge. 90 tanks, that should be more than enough. This is also a 4-phase fight. You may notice the little dot on top of Dr. Wily's life bar, and you might also notice that he's invulnerable right now. So yeah, this is a 4-phase fight. He has 2 phases each life bar. So you have to destroy 4 life bars, and holy crap. Thankfully, when you do get a hit, the creator's nice enough to where he will cause all the other shots to disappear. So you're not repeatedly getting bombarded and basically getting mind-fucked. Because it's just, yeah, I had a lot to deal with on the screen at once. So that's phase 1. Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, he is weak to dive laser just on the sheer fact that dive laser is an 8-directional shot that fires everywhere, anywhere on the screen instantly, or rather covers the entire length of the screen instantly, and the controller continues to mess up. So dive laser is very useful for this, as is HCR Boomerang because of the 8-directional shot. I do believe I tried drill a bit later on, but I don't think it was hitting him effectively, so I just stick with the laser. And hey, when Dr. Wily's shooting this many lasers at once, what's the best way to do? Just combat lasers with more lasers. That's pretty much how it goes. But you only have so many lasers to work with, and if you don't have good aim, like I don't have good aim, it's kind of hard to make them all count. Hence why I used HCR Boomerang in the initial onset to actually do damage. Toad also works and hits him, so if you're on like the last couple of shots and you have a full Toad meter, you can use Toad, but I do recommend saving Toad, to be perfectly honest. Saving Toad for after this, because you will kind of need it. No, you may not need it, but it does make the next section of this level very easy. As you can tell, this is a 21-minute video. So, there's more than this, as you can probably figure out. And no, the credits aren't that long. Hey, welcome to Contra. Welcome to Contra 1. It's like, what? Yeah, those things. I'm also being extremely conservative in this particular level because of the fact that since you don't have rush search, those are death spikes, by the way. Please don't get ticked by death spikes. But yes, I'm being extremely conservative in this particular last level because you don't have access to rush search anymore. So you want to make the most of everything you got. Those are sticky bubbles. They will slow you down, so be careful about that. Yeah, walking in, I've already gone through 5 energy tanks, as you can see. So this is why Toad is useful. You kind of notice that the dripping acid, if you actually use Toad on it, it actually does destroy it, so it makes it easier to make some of those jumps. You might have noticed the little red-yellow devil thing, so you kind of can't tell, but you can shoot them before they land if you have the height for it. So once you play enough times, they're always in the same spot, so you can always once you play it a few times, you know exactly where they're going to come up from. And like I said, you can't shoot them before, like I'm doing right now, and my controller's not messing up, so that takes care of him. This is about 4 maps. So the little blob things are actually extremely weak to drill torpedoes, so make sure to use that to your advantage, especially since the bottom one always follows the ground. It's actually entirely possible to I'll actually save my acid there so I wouldn't take a hit. It actually is possible to use a torpedo trajectory to actually hit the blobs effectively. So yeah, I don't know why I decided to pull Faraday, probably because of that controller input error. You can technically do this without balloon. I just like doing this section with balloon because it does simplify the entire going around. So more Toad here to blow up all those dripping acid, and then one more round of torpedo. Or, yeah, drill torpedo, and down you go. So lots of life, and very suspicious looking block. I wonder who's in here. Hi, Rush. But as you can tell, he's tired, so you can't actually use him. And another boss door. And I'm debating, what do I want to use? I realize, wait, it might not be important what I use because, well, it might be because I don't have lead bubble anymore. But Mega Man size, jumps to wall, shoots that. And that's that. And Wily's like, well, crap. Fix. Chuck! Vacuum! Oh, by the way, those are all my E-takes you lost. And yes, those are me losing all my weapons. Yeah, those are me losing all my weapons. So yeah, 8 mini robot masters come and say hi at the same time. Their damage is really low and is, yes, you can kill them, and yes, you do have to kill them, but it's kind of hard to dodge 8 things flying at you at the same time. So you kind of have to make do. And I just, since their invincibility frames are very low, just kind of going down with the Mega Buster is highly recommended. So yeah, I just kind of keep shooting at them, but since you have no E-tags, it's a gift by Dr. Cossack! Take it! This is the Wily Buster. And yes, it blows things up very well. Whereas you can tell, Skullman's shield didn't even absorb that. Big Man was just like, I'm just gonna blow your brains out. No problem. Why why do you fall for Dr. Wily shenanigans? And the self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat! The self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. Dr. Wily, proceed to the emergency plane at the secret passage. What emergency plane? He doesn't need a plane when he has a saucer. He has a saucer that you can run away with. Oh, and you can't teleport out. It's like, hey, what's that little capsule doing there? Yeah. If you can't kind of tell just based on that what the next section is. 50-second escape sequence while plowing the crap out of everything with Hell Wheel. If you go with the Hell Wheel, if you go off those ramps, you will go flying up, which can be problematic, especially here. So you kind of have to play this a couple times. You do have infinite lives out here, so you can pretty much keep playing this until you beat it. I'm trying to get it down in one session after a bit of practice. It took me about an hour of practice to do, but it is possible. 50 seconds is a lot longer than you think it is, so be sure to keep in mind. Be sure to be careful, but yeah. You kind of don't want to be in that top section over in that part before because there's a lot of spikes up there. On top of that, you kind of want the skull amulet, how I got bugged out there, because that gives you one extra hit to survive with one life. Once you get here, your journey is done, and you go flying through the sky. If you don't actually have Rush Rescued at this point in time, you will just keep going with the skull adapter, and you will just crash into Wily and cause the same thing. So you don't need to have Rush there in order to actually get the cutscene. That just makes it cooler, especially since you know you just Rush Candy's face off. So there's Rush, and there's Beat, and there's a countdown timer. Oh crap! Out! Boo. So that's Mega Man 4 minus Infinity. What is there to say? This is an incredible hack. Again, the only part I didn't like was basically, hey, there's Toadman, was basically Wily 2. Because Wily 2, all the bubbles, purification plan, wasn't really, no, wait, no, that wasn't Wily 2, that was Cossack 3. My bad, Cossack 3, Wily 2 was Rexdale Products, Wily 2 was fun. Cossack 3 is probably the worst level in the game, I feel, but overall this is a great hack. You do feel extremely underpowered off the onset, but once you get your first weapon and start going through the Robot Masters, you kind of make up for that. So your very first boss is an extremely important choice because that pretty much dictates your path as you go. I recommend, for speedrunners, I recommend Skullman first because it's Hell Wheel. Hell Wheel is a speed up. Hell Wheel speeds things up, Hell Wheel makes you faster, Hell Wheel basically makes you invulnerable. Hi guys! So if you're a speedrunner, Hell Wheel's the way to go. If you're doing this for the first time, I personally recommend Dive Man because if you play Dive Man properly, not only do you get utility, a Rush Jet-like utility that gets you around levels very quickly, you also get an 8-way shot, an 8-directional laser beam. It's not as wide as Metal Blades, but those who are fans of Metal Blades will be completely at home with Water Cutter. So, and that basically, it's all the weapons have, all the Robot Master weapons on Mega Man's hand have equivalent power. So, Water Cutter can, hi! Hey! Come back! It's like, aww. Drop. Donkey. So all the weapons are sufficiently powerful where as soon as you have one Robot Master weapon, you're pretty much on good terms and can keep on going. Once you're there, appropriate weakness order, so Dive Man, Drill Man into Feral Man, tempted to say, I'm not exactly sure because I think Feral Man was the 8th boss. I'm going to assume Feral Man to Toad Man to Dust Man into Skull Man to Ring Man, Ring Man into Bright Man, as shown right here. And Bright Man kills Dive Man. So that's the weakness order right there. You might notice at the bottom, 0 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. The draw came from when I toaded him. These are actually the Robot Master's records. So if you died to the Robot Master like 6 to 10 times, they will actually say like 10 wins, 6 to 10 wins for the Robot Master themselves. So yeah. So where do I go from here? I have 3 different PS3 LPs going off at the same time. I call this my trifecta of LP projects. I'm not exactly sure why I'm doing this, I just kind of want to see if I can run 3 LPs at the same time without getting completely disoriented, especially since 2 of them are RPGs. I am personally not the biggest fan of RPG LPs because RPGs to me are only really fun if you themselves are playing it, but there are a couple of notable exceptions, especially those that are kind of more action-y based RPGs, like say the Tale series, or just cinematic RPGs in general. So yeah, I'm going to be running 3 LPs. One of them is already on my channel as of when this is recorded, and the other 2 will be coming shortly. Not too much more to say about that right now. I do recommend this particular hack to anyone who's a big fan of hacks. Generally speaking, Rockman hacks are extremely difficult. This one isn't necessarily extremely difficult, but it is incredibly well thought out, it is incredibly well designed, and it's incredibly fun to play. So I recommend anyone who enjoys Mega Man and watching Mega Man hacks to try this, because you can have a lot of fun with this particular one. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the credits. Take care, and I will see you all next LP. Peace out.